One of the clear signs of intelligence is knowing when to stop, when enough is enough, when to call it a day, especially when you're down. With that said, Stevie just dropped another video, crashing out on Abba again.
Abba's a bitch. Plain simple, bro. He's a bitch. He's a victimhood bitch out here crying, emotional as fuck because he felt some type of way.
And just like his first couple videos responding to Abba, this video makes him look even worse, with even his audience turning on him now. You are not taking this loss gracefully at all. The simple fact is, Stevie got embarrassed in his debate against Abba, and he could have taken the L, been humble, and just moved on. Or he could have released a follow-up video addressing his mistakes in the debate and clarify some of his stances that he articulated poorly. Instead, he chose to double down, dropping follow-up videos where he personally attacked Abba. But even with that, he further exposed himself as being unprepared, uninformed, and then tried to play the victim, all while refusing to take accountability, which just made him look worse. And after a couple videos taking shots at him, Abba finally responded with an absolute bomb.
Sometimes someone's too stupid to enunciate their own point. They always say I was taken out of context. No, you just don't know how to communicate. Maybe if you got a school lunch every time in the 3rd grade, you'd be able to read, speak, and think past a 4th grade level. Maybe.
Which was pretty much a checkmate in this situation, and the reason why Stevie has continued to spiral. But I'm Jew, welcome to the channel. Please like and share the video. Don't forget to sub. Now, let's get into it.
Abba's a bitch. Plain simple, bro. He's a bitch. Abba has dropped another video on your boy. Let me preface this by saying that I already know peeps' minds is made up about me, especially Abba and them in this echo chamber. Bro, it don't matter what I say or what I can show y'all, whatever y'all minds is made up.
I don't think anybody's mind was made up prior to or after the debate. I think most people would agree that he just came off looking terrible in that debate, period, plain and simple. His support of Charlie Kirk's stances seemed surface level. He didn't know any facts. His stances came off really inhumane, like arguing that hungry kids shouldn't have school lunches. But even after that debate, he had time and opportunities to turn it around. His first follow-up video after the debate, he could have been humble, clarified everything he meant, and really outlined what his principles and beliefs were. Instead, he didn't. He just acted like he was the victim the whole time and made it an issue with Abba purposely taking him out of context, instead of him just admitting that he sounded dumb as fuck during the debate.
Let y'all know, bro, like, you know, I fucked with Abba before. You know, we chopped it up a few times directly on Instagram or whatnot, man. I had enough rapport with him to reach out to him, see if he wanted to discuss the whole Kirk situation, man. You know what I mean? I knew his perspective was opposite mine, you know what I mean? And I figured we was too commonsensical.
I'm not gonna nitpick, but I do think he meant sensible and not sensical. All right, I'm done.
I thought the interview or conversation, debate went smoothly, bro. You know what I mean? I ain't have no qualms or quarrels with it at all, bro. So I was definitely surprised seeing that he dropped a video in response to the debate, you know, which highlighted me in a certain way. After watching that video, I reached out to Abba directly because I'm not with this messy shit, dog. I swear I'm not. Any narratives and manufactured narratives from Abba, dog. You can follow me enough. You know what type of time I'm on. I ain't got shit to prove to nobody, dog. But you know.
But you know, this is my 4th video. All views ain't good views, and I think the comments under his videos would paint that picture very clearly, because a lot of people are voicing their disappointment and frustration with Stevie with how he's carrying on, just refusing to be accountable for how he looked during the debate, and now with him playing the victim after he personally insulted and attacked Abba.
But with that, I reached out to Abba after I peeped the video of him highlighting me a certain way. He didn't respond, so I dropped my response video, man, and gave my perspective. I thought his video was disingenuous. I thought it was fake, given what we discussed on our debate. And then we're here now, man. Just gonna show y'all the numerous opportunities, numerous times I tried to holler at bro, dog. It has me perplexed, bro, because it ain't, like I said before, I'm not like no popping crazy viral ass YouTuber that get views off of, bro. I mean, I don't know if this is just his MO to get views or stir the pot, dog.
Abba and Preach's channel probably averages 250 to 500,000 views per video, somewhere in there. They talk about a variety of topics, drop videos almost daily. Abba does not need to stir up drama with Stevie Knight to get views.
I could care less about what he says or what y'all think, but you know, I'm not gonna.
I could care less needs to be the new slogan. I'm gonna put that on the shirt. I could care less.
Tried to holler at bro plenty of times, bro. I'm gonna show y'all what type of individual this is, which was eye-opening to me. This yo right here, that was the yo I sent him after I peeped this video. Got no response. Following day, I posted my response video to his, and then he hits me up Saturday. Your own comment section is roasting you for how goofy you are, and you notice that none of the new fans you're bootlicking for are defending you.
Abba wasn't pulling any punches. It seems like he waited until his video dropped and then responded directly to Stevie, letting him know exactly what he thought of him.
You know, mind you, during our conversation, wasn't no name calling and none of that, bro. He wasn't calling me no types of bootlicker, coon. Now, honestly, I was confused when I saw him call me a bootlicker and be like, what was it that we discussed during our conversation that would make you call me a bootlicker?
Stevie is still so unaware. He did a whole entire debate defending Charlie Kirk, who only got famous because of his viral clips, which were all rooted in racism. And that's the person that Stevie chose to defend. So for a lot of people, Stevie was defending racism and anti-blackness.
Abba ain't had no type of this negative energy towards me, bruh. And you know, you find me apart in my response video when I was disrespectful to him, bro. I called him disingenuous. I said he manufactured narrative. You gonna try to call me fake when you launched a video out of nowhere calling me a liar and someone manufacturing narratives? Did I whine then about how dirty the social media world is? No. Now when I do a follow-up video, which I said I was gonna do, you want to bitch online. Maybe if you had gotten those school lunches when you were a kid, you would have had the energy to learn to speak and think beyond the third grade level.
Again, it seems to me that Abba was being very direct and said exactly what he said to him privately that he ended up saying in public in follow-up videos. If anything, these texts so far prove that Abba was standing 10 toes down. And Abba's initial response after the debate, I feel like that video was respectful. He basically said what stances he didn't agree with, what he was surprised by, and was very critical of how Stevie came off. I don't think he used any curse words. I don't think he called Stevie out of his name. I don't even think he made fun of him.
Good luck with your right-wing conservative grift. We all know what's coming since you made 20 times more videos about your daddy Kirk than you did any other shooting of innocent black people. It's very telling of who Abba is, and I didn't know Abba was like this.
Daddy Kirk is hilarious, and by like this, I guess he means pro-black, which Abba definitely is and has been. Meanwhile, Stevie's channel, just like other black conservative channels, lean toward being conservative, painting black people or the left in a negative light. I know Stevie won't include this in this video, but in Abba's last response to this whole Stevie Knight situation, he actually went to Stevie's channel and looked up how many times he was critical to black people as opposed to white people, and zero critical to white people or conservatives. So that explains itself.
And when I read that, it surprised me because I didn't think that Abba was the ops.
Any black person that calls pro-black people the ops are the ops. They are the problem.
Why they think you're a sellout. I want you guys to go to his channel, Night Talk. Go to the search button, search the word black. See how many videos this guy makes shitting on black people and black culture. Look at some of these titles, sir. I hate black people. And he agrees with them for a lot of the video. Black people are sick of black people. Dear black people, you suck. Black men don't date black women. Black people don't want to hear this.
That's a problem, man. It couldn't be the furthest from the truth. First of all, this is definitely not my first time providing, I guess, more conservative talking points. It couldn't be that I just felt for a man who was assassinated for speaking truth.
And there lies the problem, that Stevie considers what Charlie was spewing as the truth, as opposed to racist narrative, skewed facts, and conservative talking points.
It always has to do with color. We gotta put color on everything, bro.
Stevie just does not get it. This man is delusional. He went into a debate defending somebody that got famous on talking about color and race, specifically talking down on black people. So of course, color and race and culture play a huge part in why people aren't rocking with Stevie.
I did not know Abba was like this. And had I known Abba was like this, I wouldn't have even had that conversation with him, bro, because he's one of the main people I be describing when I say there's no talking to them. There's no talking to someone like this who's going to assume that since I'm black, the only reason why I am covering Kirk is because he's white and I'm going to get white views from it.
Stevie was the main one during the debate and after the debate, saying that there was no point in talking to anyone that didn't agree with him. Black people that were liberals or Democrats were lost or brainwashed and they couldn't be saved. He said all of that. So now he's saying that there's no point in talking to people like Abba, who in the debate actually advocated for Stevie to be more open-minded and talk to people because there's chances of winning them over.
I stand on what I stand on. He's an individual out here using his right to free speech, an individual was so bothered by it that they took his life.
And if that's all he said during the debate and those were his facts, cool. But you also have to put in context why Charlie Kirk was famous, why conservatives love him and his points of view and his viral clips so much. And Stevie refuses to acknowledge any of that stuff. If Stevie would have come into the debate and said, I don't think Charlie Kirk should have lost his life, that was wrong. However, I don't agree with all his points, we wouldn't be here right now.
Since I'm black, I have to be selling out. It's a whole fucking problem, dog. And as far as him saying you're gonna try to call me fake when you launched a video out of nowhere, calling me a liar and someone manufacturing narratives. You saw the debate. I told him that I still believe he manufactured narratives.
Do you feel like you manufactured a narrative on Kirk by showing those those snips of him in your video?
You said I took him out of context, right?
Not even take him out of context. You put your context on it because we let it play. I put the additional clips on it.
Okay, so just for the viewer, there's a clip that we played, maybe 15 seconds of Kirk on a Jubilee panel. So in that clip, the woman is asking him a hypothetical where he says, if your 10-year-old daughter was raped, okay, would you force her to keep the child?
Yeah.
And then Kirk says yes.
Yeah, you said yes, the baby will have the baby, or my girl will have the
Okay,
child.
and then you said that we were kind of dishonest with how we did that we clipped him out of context, and then we put our own context, right?
No, I'm not saying you put your own context. You didn't put the entire context. When I see that it's trying to paint Kirk as a monster because he's going to force his 10-year-old daughter to have a child.
Right, but as somebody who's anti-abortion, that's his stance. He will force his daughter to have the child because he feels as though life is precious or whatever it is. And
if you just have that short video, it makes it seem like he's a monster. I don't care. Anti-abortion. She having a baby.
There's no additional context past that. That was the question that was posed, and that was his answer. So letting the video play longer won't change the context.
Right, but it was professional. It wasn't disrespectful. It was, this is what I think it is, and I still think it is, bro, but it wasn't.
Abu was professional and respectful in his follow-up video to the debate. He definitely didn't like his stances in the debate and spoke against them, but he didn't personally attack Stevie.
No negative energy there. He didn't show me that he was pressed about it. And he definitely didn't tell me he was gonna make a video essentially calling me out. I thought the conversation was cool, and then to watch a video of him talking crazy was unexpected. Enjoy these easy short-term bucks selling out your own people. My response, I hit you up before I dropped the vid, but got no response from you. If you up to it, we can get back on camera or have a chat offline because this ain't it. I'm not gonna be doing the back and forth online stuff, so let me know. If not, it's cool, appreciate the look. LOL, you're a clown. Called me a liar and manipulator multiple times before I said a word. Now you want to hop on the call, man. Carry on grifting. Bro, sound like a female, don't he?
When I say Abba stood 10 toes down, he told Stevie exactly what he thought and felt about him without sugarcoating anything, and then put those same sentiments in his last video.
He sound like a female, bro. I showed my girl this shit, bro, and she was like, man, it sounds like it's a girl trying to break up with you.
The fake laugh is when you know it hurts.
Man, okay, this is what I said. When did I call you a liar and manipulator, and what are you referring to when saying before you said a word? And as I stated previously, I DM'd you before recording my response video, but got no response. I was confused when he said liar and manipulator, but he was just addressing how I called him like fake and manufacturing a narrative.
Yeah, you got to be really specific with Stevie, because if you use a word like starving instead of hungry kids, he will make that his whole debate.
You know what I mean? But like me saying liar and manipulator, those words didn't come out my mouth. Those are going to hit different, have a negative tone. I was careful with my words. I never called him a liar and manipulator, but now, you know, he said that I can understand how he put those together. And he says, do you know what the words coming out your mouth even mean? In your video on us before we ever spoke, you said you intentionally edited the clip to take Kirk out of context, and you said you're just manufacturing a narrative, and he clearly did. He didn't agree that he manufactured a narrative because he said the whole world knows that Kirk is a Christian, so they're gonna know why he doesn't support abortion.
You having that short snippet, people are not gonna know why he's doing it. They're just gonna know he's doing it. If he gives justification of why, and he gave very clear reasons of why, that's going to make some people look at it different.
The people who are following this, or people who are even tuning into this stuff, know that Charlie is a political speaker who's incredibly Christian.
You're making that assumption because now, since Kirk has died, there are so many people that are just now learning about Kirk.
I will agree with that. There are people that definitely didn't know who Charlie Kirk was before he died. And even after he died, they had to see clips of him talking before they even understood why people reacted the way they did. So the majority of the world really didn't know who Charlie Kirk was.
The whole world knew about Kirk because Kirk got assassinated. And from which I still told him that I believe you're manufacturing a narrative. He disagreed disagree. That's you saying I'm manipulating and being deceitful. Hey, yo, I don't even care that you said it, but for you to cry after we did our vid like you were betrayed, LMAO, bro, you might be one of the most bad faith, dumb people I've ever interacted with. It's just sad that you're doing this at the expense of your own people.
He said, bro, you might be one of the most bad faith, dumb people I've ever interacted with. To put all that directly in text lets you know how Abba was feeling.
Make 10 more videos crying about Kirk now. Sorry your white zaddy dying changed your life. This is who Abba is, bro. This is who Abba is, dog. My response, I got you. I misunderstood, being that I never used the term liar or manipulator in that video. We also addressed this during our conversation. You disagreed that you manufactured a narrative, and I disagreed with that, but regardless, wasn't no bad blood. Hell, wasn't no bad blood even after I did my response to your response, so all this extra emotion regarding the videos is surprising to me. I don't know where all the animosity is coming from. Juice don't seem worth the squeeze. Something don't add up, but hey, you feel how you feel. Definitely been an eye-opening experience though. And then here's his response. LOL, I didn't say liar or manipulator. I just accused you of deceptive behavior to manufacture narratives. You're getting animosity because you're a bad faith clown who can't even stand behind his own words. You want to talk crazy and pretend you didn't say anything. Weirdo, right? I wish he had let me know that he believed I was talking to him crazy.
He literally just let you know.
I reached out to him after I dropped the video. So that just goes to show that I didn't think anything was wrong with my video. Everything was cool. Wasn't no animosity. He didn't have any energy if he felt so strongly about me calling him a liar and a manipulator, bro. Wasn't no negative energy there.
His timeline is confusing. They did the debate. A few days later, Abba dropped the debate Red Pilled Me video. And then that same day, Stevie dropped his video in which he basically took personal shots at Abba. So that's what Abba's responded to in these text messages.
We're saying something about it now. You should have said something about it before so we could both be on the same page. Like, he's had animosity from jump.
What turned things sour was Stevie Knight's follow-up video where he called Abba fake.
We had our debate, and then his plan was to do a response video to make me look crazy because he felt type of way about the video I initially posted, but he never told me he felt the way.
No, that debate made Stevie look crazy. And Abba just highlighted those points in his follow-up video.
Nah, I'm not pretending anything, bro. Shit don't add up to me. You're clearly triggered and emotional over something I'm missing. And you clearly feel away because of my manufacturing a narrative statement, but we discussed this on camera and you didn't have this energy during our conversation. We simply agreed to disagree. You didn't have any negative energy at all from what I could see, but your tone changed in the response video to our conversation. In addition to painting me in a certain way, cherry-picking videos to make your point and taking me out of context. As I stated in my response to yours, I believed your response to be very disingenuous and fake. I still didn't have any negative energy, though.
I personally believe if you call somebody fake and you question their integrity by saying they took you out of context to make you look bad, somebody does have a right to feel personally attacked by that, especially to a video going out to the public. And like I said, he dropped that video the same day that Abba dropped the Red Pill video because he reacted to it. Again, in Abba's video, he kept it very professional. It was about the points and the stances, whereas Stevie's was more personal and emotional.
That's how you want to get views, get your views. I still have no ill will now. It's not that serious. I just realized there must be something else going on here or miscommunication in regards to this whole situation. And I'm doing my part to get to the bottom of it, but it is what it is, bro. But with that, I reached out to you on DMs the day before I posted, got no response, so I posted my perspective. All this could have been handled if you chopped with me after the debate, but hey, you do what you do.
But you know what? As a man, I think Stevie does deserve credit for reaching out to Abba behind the scenes. Maybe what he said wasn't offensive to him when he was saying it, but you can definitely see how somebody that holds themselves with integrity and carries themselves professionally would feel attacked or take offense to the things that he said in his response video. But Stevie did reach out like a man, try to get clarification or understanding of the situation, and in my opinion, de-escalated. But at the same time, Abba also let him know how he felt about him in this whole situation.
And Abba post another video. So
We're doing another Stevie Knight video, and I know that half of you are like,
I could care less. I could care less about
Stevie Knight. He has a titled video called Damn, Is Abba Fake? For those of you who didn't watch the debate, consider yourself lucky. Here's a recap.
I feel like it felt like I didn't feel like I feel like do you feel like I feel like I could care less about why you feel the way you feel. I'm not a fucking machine.
they need to be controlled. They need to be decapitated to feel.
Stevie has got to be slowly dying inside watching this video.
He's just in his feelings, bro. The irony, he's trying to make me seem like I feel.
No, the irony is Stevie is in his feelings calling somebody else in their feelings. Just like the title of this video is, Abba's still talking about me, meanwhile you're still talking about Abba. That's ironic.
We're constantly making this point that like kids are not starving, so we don't need these free lunches in school. There's other ways for the kids to get food. Steve's like, listen, it's not a real problem. Kids are not emaciated, dying on the side of the street. And he harps on the fact that during the debate,
that was the miscommunication. We're talking past each other.
I would agree if he's saying that was a miscommunication, that they were talking past each other. I think anyone from a common sense perspective know if we're talking about kids eating lunches in school means that they're hungry, as in feeding hungry kids. I didn't know the distinction was third world country starving to death on the side of the road. I just don't think that was the context of the argument. I don't even think that was the context in the original question to Charlie Kirk.
Children are not dying from starvation. That was my point of view. He went to the extent of trying to compare the starving issue in America to abortion. Like, how can Kirk be, pro-life, but then not want to feed kids?
I don't know why Stevie keeps saying that Abba brought up the comparison of abortions to hungry kids in America. That was something that Stevie 100% brought up. He said, what is there more of, starving kids in America or abortions? And Abba answered the question. And then the conversation turned to, it's heartless that conservatives advocate for being anti-abortion, but then don't want to feed hungry kids in school.
It's not even a fair comparison, man, because abortions, the children don't even have the ability to live. Right? Those in America, kids in America, are actually living. They're living and they're not dying from starvation. But, the government provides $44 billion worth of food to the hungry in some type of way. Money.
Again, we're not talking about homeless people or people in shelters. We're simply talking about feeding kids at school, which is so minimal. How can you be against it?
Shouldn't have used the word starvation when I was talking, man. Even though us in colloquial terms, like, yo, I'm starving today, I need to eat. In a discussion,
it ain't the same, bro. Hell no, dog. That was my whole point. But y'all want to gloss over that. It ain't the fucking same. This here, starvation is a severe and prolonged state of malnutrition that occurs when an organism does not consume enough food to meet its basic energy and nutrient. It is characterized by, we don't suffer from this in America. That was
It said it's characterized by extreme hunger and weakness. Hunger.
You also gave yourself a 3 out of 10.
For the debate performance?
Yes.
Yeah, I made a lot of mistakes. What I don't like is this very bad faith interpretation on his behalf.
Big picture, bro. This is why I'm so fucking confused. Like, what am I missing about this? What am I missing about this that Abba needs to bring so much attention?
He's missing the point that a lot of people either went to school hungry or had friends or knew other classmates that went to school hungry, and that breakfast and that lunch was all they ate that day. He's missing the human aspect of it because he's just talking from a Charlie Kirk talking point.
Anytime someone's too stupid to enunciate their own point, they always say I was taken out of context. No, you just don't know how to communicate. Maybe if you got a school lunch every time in the 3rd grade, you'd be able to read, speak, and think past a 4th grade level. Maybe. I think you
Stevie knows that's funny.
needed them school lunches, Stevie. I was taken out of context. After a while, is it people taking you out of context or you don't know how to communicate?
He may have not liked my opinion. He may not like how I speak. He may not like how I communicate, bro, but I never came with any disrespect. I mean, because I came there for a conversation and Abba came there to go viral, bro.
Bro has a victim mentality. That's all that this is.
I get it, bro. You can play this game, dog, but the hoest sucker shit ever, bro. Like, Abba's a bitch. Plain simple, bro. He's a bitch. He's a victimhood bitch out here crying, emotional as fuck because he felt some type of way.
Pot calling the kettle black. Everything he's talking about is what Stevie has been doing for the last 3 videos.
The balls enough to let me know how he felt and gonna cry about it later. We talking about the same debate now for fucking 3 times, supporting this bitch behavior, this Twitter finger behavior, this whole shit behavior.
At this point, I just feel like Stevie is spiraling. Like I said, his audience has turned against him and they are letting him know in the comments. You are not taking this loss gracefully. And this is actually a point that I made. You're missing the fact that we all grew up with children that didn't know where their meals were coming from. Nah, homie, show the part where he looked up all your content. That was hilarious. Abba is still talking about me. Stevie Knight, who is still talking about Abba. Again, facts. Stevie, I've been a fan of yours for the longest time. time. But this is a situation where you failed to articulate enough or genuine to the facts over feelings. Your approach to the debate was stubborn and contradictory. You were not taken out of context. You failed to articulate your point of view, which is standing for everything and nothing at the same time. At this point, it's clear Stevie will never admit he's wrong or take accountability in any way, shape, or form concerning this debate or this whole situation. And again, he's been doing nothing but spiraling since then. Bro just needs to take the L and move on. But thanks for watching. Y'all let me know what you think about all this in the comments. Also, make sure you check out the next video. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram for behind the scenes and life stuff. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.